Good morning or afternoon, 5th grade 510 students, whenever you happen to be watching this. Today we're going to start our algebra unit now that we've finished with all of our other units. And our algebra unit is really going to be used as just an introductory unit to algebra. You'll be working more with algebra in 6th grade, so we're not going to go too far into algebra in 5th grade, but it's going to be used as a unit just so that you are familiar with some of the terms and the concepts when you get to your 6th grade algebra class. And the name of our unit is called the California Frog Jumping Contest. Today is just day 1 of our frog jumping contest, and the frog jumping contest is used to generate some open number line model that will be used throughout the unit to explore and represent equivalence of algebraic expressions. Now, a lot of the things will need to be used either in an app like Seesaw or in a Google document, so just make sure you're looking out for the directions and how to complete each problem. So the materials that you'll need just for today are just your recording sheet for the frog jumping investigation in Google Classroom. Today's just going to be a question. Oops. So today's learning target is to develop the context of the California Frog Jumping Contest and introduce a bullfrog named MT that you're going to meet about and investigate the length of MT's jump. We're actually going to do that next time, and generate an open number line model. That's also something we're going to do next time. So the California Frog Jumping Contest. In California, in Calaveras County, a new sport was introduced more than 100 years ago, a frog jump. As many as 2,000 frogs compete in each May at the Frogtown Fairgrounds in Calaveras County, Angel Camp, California. The world's frog jump record was set by Rosie the Riveter in 1986. She jumped 21 feet and 5 3/4 inches. The contest was inspired by Mark Twain's 1865 fictional short story, The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County. And over the years, the contest has become the most popular attraction in Angel Camp annual fair, which also includes music, a craft show, and local talent. Today, some of the sidewalks of the city are lined with painted green frogs and bronze plaques, modeled after the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The California Frog Jumping Contest. So you can check out, here is the Calaveras County Angel Camp in California, and you can see over here, Rosie the Riveter jumped 21 feet and 5 3/4 inches. Here is Rosie the Riveter in all of her glory. We're going to watch a short story, Mark Twain's famous short story, The Celebrating of Jumping of Calaveras County, today. So I'm going to have this speeded up a little bit, but if you want to see this at a slower speed, then you can always go into Google Classroom where this video will be linked.
Hello there, I'm Samuel Clement, but most of y'all would know me by my pen name, Mark Twain. I've written many an entertaining story, but I wish to share a particular favorite with y'all now. It all started in Angels Camp, California, out in Calaveras County. Old Simon Wheeler was never one to turn down an opportunity to go to work and bore me nearly to death with some infernal reminiscence of the one infamous Jim Smiley. On this particular day, well, see for yourself.
Samuel, so good of y'all to come by and see me. Pull up a chair and I'll tell you more about that fella Jim Smiley that I was telling you about last time. Let's see. It was in the winter of 49, or maybe it was in the spring of 50. I don't recollect exactly. But anyways, that there Jim Smiley was the curiousest fella you ever done see. Always betting on anyone and anything. He'd bet on a horse race, a dog fight, a cat fight, a chicken fight. Why, if there was 2 birds sitting on a fence, he would bet you which one would move first. It made no difference to him. While one time even, when the parson's wife was ailing.
Good day, ma'am. How's the parson's wife doing today?
She is considerably better, thank the Lord for his infinite mercy. With the blessing of Providence, she'll get well yet.
You think so, eh? Well, I'll risk 2.5 that you don't.
Oh.
Things went on that way until one day Smiley chanced to catch a frog.
I'm a calculated to eradicate you, and I'm learning to be the best dang jumper in this here county. Ain't that right? I'm Daniel Webster. That's what I'll call you, Daniel Webster.
And so Smiley began to train Daniel in the fine art of jumping. Smiley said all the frog wanted was an education, and he could do most anything, and I believe him. Daniel could get over more ground at one straddle than any animal of his breed you ever see. Smiley was monstrous proud of his frog, and well he might be, for he could outjump any frog and made Smiley a heap of money. One day, a feller, a stranger in the camp, came across Smiley.
What might it be that you got in that there box?
It might be a parrot, or it might be a canary. Maybe, but it ain't. It's only just a frog.
So it is. Well, what's he good for?
He's good enough for one thing. I should judge he can outjump any frog in Calaveras County.
Well, I don't see no point about that frog's better than any other frog.
Maybe you don't. Maybe you understand frogs and maybe you don't understand them. Anyways, I've got my opinion, and I'll risk $40 if he can outjump any frog in Calaveras County.
Well, I'm only a stranger here, and I ain't got no frog. But if I had a frog, I'd betcha.
That's all right. If you'll watch my frog a minute, I'll go and get you a frog.
You hungry frog?
Here's a frog for you, fella. Now, if you're ready, put your money here and let's begin. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, jump! Come on, Daniel, hop! What the darnation's wrong with you?
Well, I told you that frog ain't any better than any other frog. Thanks for the snackers.
I do wonder what in the nation that frog getting up for. I wonder if there ain't something the matter with him. He appears to look mighty lumpy somehow. Why, blame my cats if you don't weigh 30 pounds. What the?
Look at this.
Why, paint a white stripe down my back and call me a polecat. Something stinks. I've been gypped.
And then he seen how it was, and he was the maddest man. He took out after that fella, but he never catched him. And
Simon!
just sit where you are, Samuel, and rest easy. I ain't gonna be gone a second. Well, this here Smiley had a yellow one-eyed cow that didn't have no tail, only just a short stump like a banana, and...
Oh, hang Smiley and his afflicted cow. Good day. And so ends the tale of a most singular man and his most singular frog. I hope y'all have enjoyed it as much as I have. Was that satisfactory, Daniel?
Okay, so that's a cute little video just to give you some background and introduce the frog jumping contest and Mark Twain's famous short story. That's what it was based off of. So today we're going to get a little bit more background into the frog jumping story. The frog spends most of their day sitting still. They catch flies and other insects with their tongues while they sit. Only occasionally do they jump, and this is usually to get to the water. So when they're placed on the jumping track, they usually sit and wait. When you command a frog to jump, usually it sits still and waits. To get frogs to jump, you usually need to encourage them with a slight touch on the back, or maybe even a few gentle touches before they get annoyed and they decide to actually jump. So when they do jump, they don't jump just once. Usually they take 2 or 3 jumps, and then they walk a little bit, a few steps in one direction or another. So the behavior of frogs when they jump presents a special problem in competitions where you want to find which frog has the biggest jump. This is because you have to figure out the length of the frog's jump and then also the length of the several jumps and several steps combined. Referees of frog jumping contests often use this rule. Whenever a frog jumps in an event, if the frog takes more than 1 jump, all jumps are assumed to be equal in length and all steps are assumed to be equal in length. Your question for today, and this is where we're going to stop, is why would this rule be used in frog jumping contests? So I want you to think to yourself, why would it be important that if a frog takes 1 jump for a frog jumping contest, that all the other jumps are assumed to be the same length, and all steps are assumed to be equal length. Think about that. Jot that down in your Google document, and we will check back in next time. Have a nice day.